I'm gonna say this, and it's kind of sad. I don't want to be right. I hope I'm wrong. Dr. John Campbell. I listen to him about every day, just about. I kind of slipped because he did a couple of videos that were like an hour and something long, and anyway, he was talking about something I found very interesting. He says that 80% of his country is going to get it. He said it'd be probably the same thing here. He talked about the other countries that we've been looking at that don't have public health on par, and they're not going to be able to deal with what's coming. I agree. And he spoke about something that just kind of touched me, and that is that, that's just something to expect in this. That's something to expect. I thought about making things political again, Trump. And I thought about how Trump has really been the experiment in nationalism. And how nationalism and being a little white boy that cusses everybody out and tells everybody we're superior as Americans, it doesn't work. I mean, I think that nationalism works if you're in a society where everything works properly, and it's not. I think that nationalism has failed us. I think that in time people will realize that. Why? Trump cut the pandemic response team, which was a real thing. And people, they don't exist no more. Trump took money from FEMA. Trump has from day one downplayed the seriousness of this disease. You're talking about flu shots for a virus. Talking about the vaccine's going to come out soon. They're saying it could be at least 2 years away. It could be here by then. He doesn't get that. I mean, the danger of it is, particularly his supporters that just believe everything he says, they'll believe this. They will. Like I always thought, about preppers and conservatism and all that. I realized the preppers, they're really at a crossroads right now. Well, either you admit that Trump is possibly lying to you and you start getting ready, or you don't. You believe Trump. Trust Trump and die. I mean, there's not going back. You can't say, I disagree with Trump on this, but not that. You can't do that because he's just a liar. Nothing, he doesn't come out and say, I don't know. He's not legitimate. He's just like the Trump train. If you're not with me, you're against me. That's how he is. There is no in between. There is no disagreement. It doesn't exist. Doesn't exist, dude. I've said it before that it really seems like Trump's administration. This is what you do when you want to weaken government. Every aspect of it. That's what Trump has done. You defund these organizations, these agencies that their mission is public health, and then you put idiots in there, sycophants, political sycophants, to do a half-ass job, and then folks say, "See, government doesn't work." Yes, because your Republican dude destroyed the nature of that agency. You know what I mean? Well, government doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work because they designed it not to work. I told you guys, I used to deliver gas to tankers and stuff. We had something called Veeder-Root. And a lot of these places in the city that got it, they're upgraded, they're black. And they're rounded, it's a rounded interface. And it's a touch screen. Love them things. I never had a problem with those. They tell you not to trust it. The Veeder-Root is just telling you how much gas in there, the temperature, the amount of the hole, the amounts in there, all that. At a moment's glance. Give you a receipt too. What the old ones, you start going to anywhere in South Carolina, I don't care where, other than Rock Hill, further down to that. You start getting South Carolina, a lot of places don't even have Veeder-Root. Those machines don't work. And they don't work because they don't work because, I don't say it's the right way. They're behind, man. They don't upgrade the machines. They don't maintain the machines. A lot of them don't know how to work the machines. And so guess what? The machines become incorrect. They don't work. That's what I've learned with rednecks and technology. They don't know how to use technology. They don't maintain the technology. They don't know how to upgrade it because you have to upgrade things as time changes. And so the machines don't work. I remember one of them we used to go to, I forgot where it was at. I think in South Carolina, where the machine was like 20 years old. And it was like there was no interface. It was just you had to press these buttons in a what's it called? It was fucked up, man. It's fucked up. Couldn't even really use them. It's all fucked up. You know, you had stuff like that. That to me is how conservatives are. You have technology, you have means, you don't maintain them, you don't protect them, you don't learn how they work because you're arrogant, you're a bastard. And so when you need them, they don't work. So then you say, technology is, yeah, because look at what you did. That's rednecks. That's conservatives. You know, I just feel like honestly Trump has done us all a great disservice. A great disservice, and I think we have to prepare if this thing could get really bad. It could always mutate. I keep telling people that. I have folks saying that you could get sick with asymptomatic symptoms and all this stuff. Yeah, well, look at what's happened in Iran and Italy. That's killing people. That's not asymptomatic. That's killing people. You know, and I know people, they do this because they want to make themselves feel good or whatever. But I mean, I think we have to really recognize what happens when 10% of the population doesn't work. Who picks up the trash? Where I live at, somebody comes by, picks the trash up. What happens when they put the trash up for a while? What happens when lights start going out? You see what I'm talking about? I'm not so much focused on a pandemic as I'm focused on a breakdown in civil services. And you should be as well. And that doesn't just go for the city, but that's just the city, the suburbs, all of that. I mean, we've had power outages just go on for 6 hours, and this is normal conditions. What happens when power's going out all over the city? What happens when you get crime going on? You see what I'm saying? This is why I got flashlights. This is why I got candles and stuff. This is. We have a system that isn't working its best under peacetime circumstances. If you get wartime circumstances like a pandemic, we're gonna be in a load of shit. We're gonna be in a world of shit. That should scare you, you know. Because I don't have trust in institutions now, much less people start dying in the streets. Yeah, I don't. And then, like I said, it could mutate. What if it becomes airborne? And people will say, "Well, it's not that." Yeah, but they're not testing people. That's what gets me about your liberals and your sheep and all that, people who are just completely asleep, is that they don't get it. If the government's not testing people for the disease, how can you have an educated idea on the spread? Then you had this thing I heard about. This guy got put in quarantine, and the government charges him. They're being charged for the ambulance ride, the hospital. Like, wow. So you know what that means, right? That means people who are sick are not going to go into quarantine. Two things, guys. Two things. They're not testing people. They got to go through hell and high water test. I think something about that changed recently, but they weren't testing people behind it until recently. You have a doctor in one of the most popular cities in the United States, New York City, telling you he's got to beg the CDC to test people. I don't trust the testers. From what I'm hearing, testing 5 people, you got to test a person 5 times to get. Now, I don't trust the testers. They're not even testing people. They're not testing folks. And then you got Trump downplaying at the same time to these sheep that it's just a cold. It's just a virus. The flu shot will do it. I think that shows you once again what I've been telling y'all before, that Trump doesn't really care about his supporters or anybody else. That's all a game. Trump is an ideologue, and Trump pushes this racist, homophobic stuff once in a while. But he really doesn't care about those folks when it comes down to it. He doesn't care about them. It's all an agenda. It's all game, and it's all just designed to be a big honking distraction. I think that's what this kind of stuff shows me. He doesn't care about the average. These rednecks and white trash. He doesn't care about them. You know, there's a ideology of capitalism and white supremacy and all that, and he plays into that quite well. But when bodies start falling on the street, that won't mean a whole lot to the people who are picking the bodies up. We have a system that has let us down. We have a system that has not prepared for what's to come. And what's worse is they're telling us not to buy masks, not prepared for a pandemic that's probably likely going to hit the next couple of weeks. And they're telling us not to prepare, not to get ready, because they're not ready and they're competing with the average man. Yep. That's serious business. That is serious. I mean, you didn't prepare. And now you're telling me I shouldn't prepare because of that? No, fuck you. Fuck you and fuck that bullshit. No, man. Federal government let us down. System let us down. I fear this could be very bad. I just want to get it on the record that the federal government let us down. They really did. Trump let us all down. You know, and in him wanting to just cut taxes and want to just be this hard ass, we don't have the mechanisms available, the mechanisms we need to protect ourselves from a pandemic. We're not ready. And this goes out for the police officers and people who are public safety employees, people who protect us. I don't think they're ready either for what's coming. I really don't. Contagion. I might have to buy the movie the next week or two. I might have to watch it again. Just the scene of them making mass graves. That could happen. I want people to understand this is serious business, man. You have a situation where we're not ready, and then people aren't taking the quarantine seriously. I'm gonna tell you, in the South, I don't expect anybody to take it seriously. These are arrogant people. No, man. I don't think we're not ready down here. And then you're in the state of Florida telling you they're not going to tell you who they're testing. Wow. You know, I'm thinking what that means is they don't have enough testers to do it, and they don't want to talk about it because it makes them look weak, I guess. Maybe more than we know. I see. Though my dad didn't even care. Wow. The government's telling you to your face, we're not going to tell you things to protect yourself. You know. Peace, y'all.